Hey guys,
How's everybody doing tonight?
I hope y'all are having a magical evening so far, and we're here. For those y'all who don't know who we are for some crazy reason, I am Henry, and this is
Rita,
and we are Dis Nerds Life.
Yes.
We are Disney nerds, and we just love the life of everything Disney. So as you see, we have our little WDW sticker in the background, and we have tons of memorabilia merch behind us in areas. So
Got something new in the mail this week.
I saw that. I didn't know what it was. So it said Disney, and it means putting it over onto onto the.
It's like looking for my
table.
phone. Yeah.
I noticed you were.
Yeah. So I signed up for a D23 party.
Party. That's all you had to say. Party.
A party pack, and so
I saw that
it
in
has
there.
some. Did you open it up and look at it?
But I just opened it up and went, because, if I opened up it was shoes, it went to a different spot. So whenever I didn't know what it was, it just came to your desk.
What I'm really wanting to do is I'm really wanting to have a D23 party this coming Sunday.
That's a little short notice.
It is.
I will tell you that events at my other business do not typically do well. You only give them a couple of days notice.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
You need at least a
But
couple
we can't
weeks.
do it any other time. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so I want to have a
Very true.
D23 party. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Hopefully, maybe I'll just do it outside of the window of time. We're supposed to do it within this one certain window of time, and maybe it just won't work out. I don't know. But maybe we can have it in October.
I think October's a better idea.
But every weekend, anyway, we have some things going on.
We do stay busy.
But there's some really cool things in there, including things to give away. So I thought that was pretty cool. Keychains. There were some things for photo booth.
Oh, very cool.
Fun stuff.
See, when I opened up, I just saw plates and napkins, and I assumed we were going to have you're like a month and a half late for our daughter's birthday at that point.
No.
Or you're 11 months early.
No.
Either way.
No. Well, hello, everybody. Make sure that as you come on, you say hi to us, and make sure that you go ahead and you click on and get notifications so that you'll know when we go live every other time. We'd love for you to join us every week. We've been doing this for over a year now, and we try to remain pretty consistent. I think we have. The summer times are kind of hard for us, but other than that.
Out of the 52 Sundays of the year, I would say we probably do 42 Sundays.
Actually, probably more than that.
Maybe, but I think, between my travel
True.
and the summers, I think that we miss a couple of them. But that's okay.
Sure.
We have a lot of fun.
Hey, no big deal.
That's right.
All right, so we have some news to share out with you guys. I was just making sure that we were on because normally we have more people already on and commenting. So it's a little weird that we only have a couple of viewers. So we have some news to share out with you guys this week. So extra, read all about it. I think the biggest bit of news that I've heard this week, and I've only heard this
I've got to put this up so they can read all about it.
I've only heard this in one spot. There are pictures to prove it, and I do not have the pictures. They're floating around on the internet.
Nice. Interviews next.
Yes, on the internet. I saw it on Mickey's Views, the one with that young guy who's 19
I really have
years
no
old.
idea what we're talking about yet.
It's the Skyliner. They've put on a Skyliner car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
It's attached to the loading station, and if I'm not mistaken, it's over at Hollywood Studios. It may not be there now. It may have just been a test run for 24 hours or something like that.
Interesting.
But they do have a Skyliner.
So we've got cables up across everything?
No cables.
It's just kind of hanging out on the one bar to make sure that one pillar doesn't fall over?
Well, it's at the loading station, so it's real big.
Oh, okay.
It's not just on one of those.
That's what I was envisioning.
No.
Just
Just
like
the
someone
loading
came
station.
along with their Lego set and went, hold on, so let's pick this guy up and go, whoop, dink.
Well, so we do see some progress, at least with the Skyliner. It's kind of cool. I mean, it makes it exciting. It's such a long process of getting it up and going.
That one definitely is. Because you can see all of it. You think about all the other things that they do. They'll put walls up and barriers around that you don't get to see everything. So it's like, oh, they're doing construction over there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam, it's there.
Yeah, so to see the Skyliner is pretty cool.
I've enjoyed it.
We got to see it when it was coming down the highway.
Yes.
And now we get to actually see it in place. So, I still don't know the projected time. I mean, well, it'll be open by Star Wars. At least the one going to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be spring. I think it's only about 6 months away.
I'm not real sure.
I remember whenever we were there last that their projected time, whenever they were starting it, was to have it done somewhere winter of this coming winter or the spring following.
Right. Okay, so we're going to say spring for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so the next thing is that over in Hollywood Studios, if you ever go to Walt Disney Presents and the movie theater there, they will often show a movie that's about the Walt Disney's life.
Yes.
But now, or coming soon, they're going to be doing a sneak peek of the new Nutcracker movie. It's called The Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
And that sneak peek starts October 5th.
Yes, October 5th. So if you're wanting to get a sneak peek of that, make sure you head over to Hollywood Studios. We will be there that week, so I will definitely be going in to catch that.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Go pro.
I think that this is going to be a good movie.
Well,
I don't know.
I would
Google
hope so.
it.
I would
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah. Also, we've got early morning hours. Now, this isn't quite new news. This came out. I actually booked one of these for somebody. Early morning hours for Toy Story Land, where they give you breakfast. It opens up at 7:30, I think.
Correct.
And then they'll start serving breakfast around 8:30 in a different spot other than Toy Story. It's $79 an adult. Is that correct?
Yep.
And
69 for kids.
69 for kids. I read a lot of information, so I can't remember what days it's on. I want to say Mondays and Wednesdays, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it's getting really good reviews. When I spoke with my client about it, we kind of went down a pros and cons list about whether or not it would be a good event to do, and then I keep seeing some things that are saying that it's going to be a great event. So make sure that if you want to get into the Toy Story Land with basically no lines and you get to eat some breakfast, might be a good event to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially if you're talking about, and I don't know the times that we're talking about the park actually opening up normally, but I would imagine the parks would normally open up somewhere around 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in there at 7:30. It's an hour and a half early, and so...
Oh, freezing and the sound's going in and out. Oh, that might be on your end, but we'll check that out for sure. Thank you, Libby. Appreciate it. And hey, Sarah. Thanks for watching. So yeah, definitely want to check that out. Oh, okay. So you're kind of going to be disappointed in this, but at the same time, I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I read that next bit. So are they replacing Star Wars and going over Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes.
Okay.
So over in the Void, which is in Disney Springs on the Marketplace side, it's behind... it's kind of like behind the toy. Is it Once Upon a Toy? There's a VR experience, and in the past, it's had Star Wars, which I've listened to some pretty extensive reviews on that, and here it's a fantastic experience. Disney apparently has invested into this this company, The Void, for. Thank you, Libby. I appreciate it. Invested into this company, so I expect it to be good.
Yes.
If Disney's going to invest into it. But next we're going to have Wreck-It Ralph. I think it's called Ralph Breaks.
Ralph Breaks Marvel Universe?
No. Just Ralph Breaks.
Oh, okay. With a Marvel to come. All right.
Yeah, so Marvel...
See, what I was envisioning whenever I was reading that little clip, and I haven't had a chance to really dig into it and know a lot on it yet, was that much like your escape rooms that they have out there,
mm-hmm.
they have multiple rooms in one facility. So I could see the Void doing a Star Wars floor, a Ralph Breaks floor, a Marvel floor.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So they could have multiple ones, and that because like our last trip down, I really wanted to go to the Star Wars one, but we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Now if I don't have the chance to go do that, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm sure they'll bring it back. I mean,
well,
we do have Star Wars Land or Galaxy's Edge opening up.
Yeah,
so
very true. Very true.
You never know. But yeah, they're saying after Ralph Breaks that we're going to see some Marvel.
Nice.
Which
that'd be marvelous.
I think would be marvelous. Absolutely. And in other news, just a couple of things we talked last week about the Disney minivans. We do know the pricing for sure on that. I read a couple of articles today, and we will check it out ourselves. But it's $15 for them to pick you up, and it is $2.75 per mile, which, by the way, makes me think. For those of you who know me in my other life, I am a math teacher, and I actually teach this. So I need to be using this for my classroom.
I just did the math in my head, and I said, whoo.
Yeah. Yeah. So what they're saying in the articles that I'm reading is that on average you're looking about $30 a ride. But if you're going from all the way from the Magic Kingdom to the Animal Kingdom, you're looking at a little more money than that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So a little bit pricier. Oh no! Once you go once
I ride, what it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You'll be like, yeah, now I know why we're budgeting for this. So just a couple other things I perused on the internet, and some of this comes from some other websites, but not confirmed, but rumor has it that Move It, Shake It, Celebrate It is going to be leaving us. We'll see, but I think it's good to kind of hear things like that. The afternoon parades, I think it's time for a new Move It, Shake It, Celebrate.
You know what, and I completely agree with that. I agree. I love the fact that they change up their parades regularly, as long as they replace it.
Well, they don't change up their parades regularly, in my opinion. Move It, Shake It, Celebrate It's been around since the late 2000s. Yeah,
that's pretty regular for most theme parks. A lot of theme parks have the same thing from 1970. So,
okay.
I like the fact that they're constantly
I'm
working.
going to argue with you because this is how the evening parade, of course, we don't have anymore.
I guess that's what I'm afraid of.
It went from the Electric Light Parade to Spectro Magic to the Electric Light Parade to nothing.
All right. So they're not good at changing their stuff up regularly. But I'm glad. I'm ready for a change. I just want to make sure it changes and it doesn't go to nothing.
I completely agree with you.
I really want an evening parade back. And I guess I understand why they don't, because they do the castle show and the fireworks.
Okay, but really, you want a new afternoon parade? Does it really matter to you?
I enjoyed Move It, Shake It.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, me and Amelia had a ton of fun at it.
Oh.
But, all right,
I'm going to be honest with you, I avoid the afternoon parades.
So here's the difference with it, right? So tonight's topic, we're talking all about...
oh, Sarah, Disney confession. I want Spectro Magic back, and I grew up with the Electric Light Parade, and I want Spectro Magic back, or something different.
So here's the thing, right? Our topic tonight is what to do as adults at Disney. Well,
never to hear Baroque Hoedown again.
All right, I'm gonna pull that up for video for you here in a few minutes. Just gonna listen to it. But what I'm gonna get at is the fact that Move It, Shake It is a great kids event. Amelia had so much fun. You can get out. You can actually get out there. It stopped several times. I have memories of getting out and dancing with Jessie from Toy Story Land with Amelia. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
But that's one of those things that you need to have a kid. As an adult, I have no use for it because it gets in my way as I'm trying to get to more food.
Well, and it's hot. Unless you're there at certain
times. It's Florida.
It's hot. Yeah, but it's the sun is right there. That's why I avoid it.
I agree. I fully understand that part. I'm just saying that with kids, it is a lot of fun.
You're right, and it is fun. I mean, I have some... okay, there used to be a Pixar Play Parade. I don't know if that was the name of it, over at Hollywood Studios. And I have a lot of great memories of watching Minnie dance in that parade.
I don't remember the memory. But I do remember they used to actually come out front of the Great Hat.
The Great Hat.
The Great Hat. and they would do a dance in front of there. And I remember watching.
The Great Hat.
I don't know what else to call it right now.
The Sorcerer's Hat?
Yes, it's a great hat.
Yep, that's the one.
All right.
That we were all glad to see. Okay, go. Speaking of one more thing that is going.
Oh, my word. How much news you got today?
And this is the last bit of news, but it looks as if Groot and Star-Lord will be going off on another adventure, and we will not be seeing them after September 29th over in, once again, Walt Disney Presents and Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
I can't wait to see who they bring in.
Yeah, they'll bring somebody new in, and I could actually see them taking a couple weeks off and bringing somebody in potentially from the Nutcracker.
Thank you, Sarah. So, I agree with you. That hat was not so great.
Well, there's a couple of words I'm leaving out in between great and hat that I'm not allowed to put on air.
Hey, now. Anyway, all right, so let's get started with adult-only vacations. But before we do, we need to make note of our sponsor, which is
Hold on. Fingers. There we go. Middle of the Magic Travel. They're the ones that take care of us, sponsor us, and let us be wild and crazy on here. So if you have any travel needs ever for Disney or Orlando area,
SeaWorld, Universal,
all the good stuff,
beaches, sandals, Disney Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean.
Yes, there's a ton of stuff that we do.
But we focus on Disney. It's our first love.
That is our first love as Disc Nerds, because we're Disc Nerds. So reach out to Middle of the Magic Travel at middleofthemagictravel.com and say, hey, I need some help. Whether you say we want Rita and Henry to help us out, or we say they're a little too wild for me, I need someone a little more calm, please reach out and talk to someone over at Middle of the Magic Travel.
Absolutely. So let's get started into our topic.
Well, I have a sad news to tell you.
Oh, no, what?
I'm going to have to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not sure where Henry's going. He's hiding the mess on my desk.
Sorry.
So with that said, we are doing Disney for adults, and we're doing the park edition. We're going to talk about some attractions and things to do in the parks that are, I guess, geared for adults, or things that we think that adults will really enjoy. With that said, Middle of the Magic Travel is actually going to be doing an event called Mom's Day in the Park. It has been started up by one of our agents. We've got some other agents who are joining in, including us, Disc Nerds Life, and we're going to have a couple of events with them, but it's a great time. It's in February. We had Sarah on last week where we talked about the event, and we would love for you to join us. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to contact me here at Disc Nerds Life at gmail.com, or you can contact Sarah, and you can contact Middle of the Magic Travel too, because they'll be able to put you in the right direction to find out more information. It'll be a great trip. Mom's Day in the Park. So this is for moms or not moms. It's for the ladies, and it's for you to come without the kids. Take some time and get away, and enjoy Disney the way Walt didn't want it to be enjoyed, but the way it should be enjoyed, in our opinion. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into our event. I have no idea what Henry is doing, or I should say our show. I have no idea what Henry's doing. So, Sarah, I hope everything's going out there okay. Why don't you comment on some of these things I have to say? So, I want to start with, I think, the most obvious thing or events that you can do adult only at Walt Disney World, and that is the festivals at Epcot. There are 3 main festivals each year. You have the Flower and Garden Festival, which happens around springtime. There's the Festival of the Arts, which is a very short time. It's I think the second week of January. Maybe it's even the third or fourth week in January through the third or fourth week in February. This is a festival I haven't been to. It doesn't work out into my schedule to go, but something I definitely want to go to. Really looking forward to going to this festival at some point. Don't think I'm going to make it this year unless I hop on down there on a holiday weekend, and maybe that's what I'll do. Who knows? But I really, really want to go to the festival events. They have some Broadway music. We're big Broadway fans in our house, and I would love to see that. But you also have, of course, the very, very famous Food and Wine Festival. That's what everybody talks about when it comes for Epcot festivals. This is a wonderful festival for adults who are into culinary experiences. I love it. We love just going around the World Showcase. Welcome back, honey.
Wow, thank you.
So I was just touching on the 3 festivals. If I had to pick one of the 3 festivals, we would like to hear which one would you think would be your favorite, whether you've been or not. Would it be the Flower and Garden Festival, which is gorgeous, topiaries everywhere. It's beautiful, and honestly, as much as we go in the fall for Food and Wine Festival, and we go in the summer some, and we've gone during Christmas, we don't go in spring a whole lot. We've been several times. The weather is probably the best in spring, in my opinion, at Disney World. So you take that on top of all the beautiful flowers there. It's a great festival.
So which one's your favorite of the 3?
Festival of the Arts and Food and Wine Festival are the other 2. And honestly, right now, because I've never experienced it, if I had to pick one to go to, I would go to Festival of the Arts.
You have experienced Festival of the Arts.
No, I haven't.
Yes.
When?
We did it once before because I remember winning all the art stuff.
Oh, Sarah says she can't pick a favorite.
Yeah, that's a true
So
statement.
Sarah,
I'm fine with that.
I'm assuming then you were there in February this past year for Festival of the Arts, right? We haven't been to Festival of the Arts.
Well, there was a section whenever we went to one of the festivals, they had a ton of art stuff out for it. Because I went over to one of the side areas, and they had all this art stuff out.
Yeah, Festival of the Arts only happens through January and February.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Maybe they had a bunch of art stuff out for the Flower and Garden Festival still.
That's quite possible.
Okay. In that case, I want to do Festival of the Arts because I like the art that I saw at that one, and I would like to see more of that then.
Okay. So Sarah says she likes the Eat to the Beat concerts. That's pretty awesome. You never know. There's never anybody there when I go. Like, I want to go see Hanson. I didn't even listen to Hanson, but I still think they would be cool to see because, I mean, there's this sort of small side of me in my total, like, I'm a real music snob, and there's this side of me that maybe wouldn't mind seeing a boy band. I know, it's hard for you to believe. If any of my family members are watching, they're sitting back going, what? All right, so those are the 3 festivals. Next, I would say tours now. This is what we did. We printed off the entire list of tours that you could take instead of me typing them all out. There are a lot of tours, but I definitely think that the parks are definitely a lot of fun with tours and adults. I think it's a whole new way to see the parks, especially if you've been going multiple times. Libby says wait, did you see them when you were a kid, Libby? Is that what you said?
No, she loved them when she was young.
Oh, she loved them. Oh. Yes, Handsome is bop. Anyway.
I'm the color commentary.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see Boys to Men. Of course. But honestly, anytime I'm there, during the fall, I have this 1 week of time that I can be down there. And it is never anybody that I'm super interested in seeing. It's not they're horrible or anything, but just not anybody I'm super interested in seeing. Okay.
I do enjoy whenever they're there, walking by and just slowing down at that point and catching a song or two and then moving on. I haven't had someone that I went, all right, I have to book the time to go see them perform.
Sure. All right, so I'm going to go through a list of tours that are available. Many of these tours are definitely for teenagers and older, so that's why I consider them for adults. It is for somebody who's just basically looking for a different side of Disney.
And most of them you have to be of a certain age.
Most. Of course, the Behind the Seeds tour, which is the very first one that I have listed here, which is in Epcot at Living with the Land, it's for all ages. But one of the most inexpensive tours that you can take at all of Walt Disney World. But you go into the Living of the Land area and you learn all about the Behind the Seeds, how they grow the food there. A lot of that food goes to the restaurants close by in the Epcot area. So that's a really cool one. Caring for the Giants is really popular. That's over in the Animal Kingdom. That's for the whole family too. So if you're kind of looking to stay away from kids, that may not be for you. But that one is all about the elephants at Epcot.
Oh, interesting.
It's not at Epcot. They're not elephants at Epcot. At Animal Kingdom. The elephants at Animal Kingdom. Keys of the Kingdom tour, which is definitely 14 or older. We've done this tour.
We have done that tour.
Great tour. Love it.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, you get to go to the Utilidors, and if you love Disney history, I definitely recommend it. Being the Disney nerd that I am, I knew almost everything. I think I did know everything.
But it was cool to get to experience a lot of that stuff. Actually getting to go to the Utilidors, go behind the scenes.
Yeah. And being a Disney fan, I got a little verklempt at the end of when they talked about Walt's vision, and it's pretty touching. Yeah. Disney's The Magic Behind Our Steam Trains tour. I want to do this one, but I want to do this one over in Disneyland.
Well, yeah. There's still steam trains over there, aren't they?
Well, they are here too,
I
but
thought one of them had stopped being steam.
maybe, I'm not sure. So that's one that you can do. I'm going through the list really quick, but that one is for the trains. You get to learn all about the trains at Walt Disney World.
No, something I do find interesting is that one. Now, granted, they have that for tweens,
Yeah.
but boy, Amelia would love that right now.
Oh yeah.
A 4-year-old, 5-year-old. I'm just thinking of all the little boys, and it was not listed for.
Yeah, it's tweens, so I would say that's probably like 12 and up.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh, look at this one, Henry. We need to do this one.
Savor the Savannah.
So this is an evening safari event, but if I remember correctly, there's some food involved.
Well, that makes it worth
Out
it.
at Boma. At the Boma, where I got to have food.
At the Boma, the one that's out on the Savannah.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then they have a Starlight Safari at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. I think, I'll have to double check that, but I think you may have to be staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge for that one. Then there's the Ultimate Day of Thrills VIP Tour. So as you can imagine, that is the ultimate day of thrill rides.
That's the one that basically they line you up basically every fast pass and you just run through. It's over at Magic Kingdom.
Oh no, I think is it only at the it is only at the Magic Kingdom.
That was at Magic Kingdom, yes.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, they have you lined up for like 4 or 5 hours and you just click from one to the next. You skip lines, you skip everything. It looked to be a lot of fun.
Well, and you do get the VIP tour guide with you too, so it's like there is absolutely nothing like the personal service that you can get through a VIP experience. Oh, Starlight's open to everyone. Thank you, Sarah. At one point, it seems like there was some sort of evening safari. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would.
Starlight Safari, and I would hope that they give you night vision goggles.
I hope so, too.
Yeah. Sarah, is that the one that actually takes place on the Savannah that's there at the Animal Kingdom Lodge? I'd like to know that. All right, so then you have the Ultimate Disney Classics VIP tour that you can take, which is the same thing as the thrill ride, but you're talking about your classic attractions.
Correct.
Ultimate Nights of Adventures VIP tour. VIP tours, I'm telling you, this is a way to see Disney. And I think as adults, you would appreciate that conversation that you get with that VIP tour guide,
Yep.
engaging in them and getting to know all about their Disney knowledge and things like that. So, great experience. Okay, so this is the one that we're signing up for. Henry doesn't know it, so surprise!
Yay!
We are going to do the Marceline to the Magic tour. That tour is all about how Marceline, Missouri, I hate calling it the hometown of Disney, but it's the hometown that he's famous for, kind of where he
modeled Main Street.
Main Street USA.
Yes.
So that's an early morning tour, and we're going to do that one. So
Cool.
We'll be able to report back on that one. Excited
Very
about
cool.
that.
And there's a few others. I mean, so like your behind the scenes, your safari trek that you went on.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Adults,
yes,
correct?
I left that off, and I did know that. It was the last one listed, and I skipped it because I was like,
You gotta
I've
say
been
about
on that.
Marceline, yes.
Yeah, I know about that. So yeah, the Wild Africa Trek, which is definitely an adult-only experience, and once again, you get that sort of VIP tour guide feel. It's really awesome. It's a great way to enjoy Disney because there is so much hustle and bustle to Disney, and there's so many people everywhere. And if you've only been a few times, or even if you've never been at all, it's extremely overwhelming.
Sure.
And to have somebody who's there with you to talk to you and just make you feel very relaxed about your whole time.
Yeah.
Any of those VIP tour guides are going to do that for you. And then, of course, you can hire your own VIP tour guide. There's a minimum amount of hours that you can do for that, and if you have any questions, feel free to send us a message, and we'll be happy to fill you in on that.
I didn't know we started offering that service.
Oh. No, not me.
You would.
I would in a heartbeat. That's my dream job, is to be a VIP tour guide at Disney. I would love that, and I would be good at it too. Disney just doesn't know it. All right, so here's where the meat and potatoes of going to the Disney parks as adults. And that's the attractions.
Yes.
So what we did is we pulled out a list of attractions, and we just decided which ones we felt like, are the attractions that our kids don't want to go on. So
Correct.
we felt like that they'd be great attractions for adults to enjoy for a number of reasons. They're not necessarily as thrilling. They
talk more to you.
Yeah, they talk more to you. They're sort of kitschy or have a niche or whatever you want to say.
Sometimes they have. All right, so we're going to jump around a couple of these over here, and I'm going to throw two of them out right at the very beginning to go talk about it.
Okay.
Is that both the Jungle Cruise and Frozen sing along?
Oh.
And I know as adults you just went, oh.
Well, even the Jungle Cruise,
Well, no. They turn the word Frozen, and half of them just turn off the Facebook right there.
Sure.
But
for the first time I'm not going to sing. Never mind.
But not for the first time forever, because we just did it last hour also. Both of them have a lot of adult jokes. Not like, ooh, that's a crude joke.
Oh yeah, not
but
crude at all.
It's jokes that the adults get and laugh, and the kids look at you and go, why are you laughing? I don't understand.
Listen, if you've never seen Frozen before, please go see Frozen Sing Along. It is hilarious.
Right now, until Galaxy's Edge opens up, well, Toy Story Land's open up now too. Before Toy Story Land opened up, I think it was probably the best ride over there.
I really like Star Tours.
I do.
And Tower of Terror.
I don't, so it's okay. I don't like being. I want my stomach to stay in place. We all know this about me.
Sure, absolutely. But he's right. These are two great attractions that I think are wonderful for adults. You get to sit down for longer periods of time with them, but you get this interaction with cast members. On the Jungle Cruise, you're getting an interaction with the skipper, and you're very close, and the skipper makes great corny jokes. How much you laugh and how much you interact with your skipper will determine how awesome your ride is. So just buy into it and have a great time. And then Frozen Ever After, not Frozen Ever After, but Frozen Sing Along, I say that you have this interaction with the cast members. Well, you do. It's like really watching a comedy duo. Well, it is watching
a comedy duo.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they have interacted with the audience before.
This is true.
There was a kid at the last time we went there was cackling whenever the guy said something. That kid started to joke, cracking up, and the female character was like, "What are you laughing at? That wasn't funny. You should be laughing at. Don't laugh at him. Don't. He's going to get a big head. Don't do that. Just stop. Just stop. I told you to stop. Just stop." And of course everyone starts laughing at that point even more. So it's a blast. I absolutely love it. So.
It's a great. We'll go see it on every trip. All right. So you want to pick out a couple more to talk about then?
Well, I did too. You do too.
Okay.
Or you do a couple of.
All right. So I'm going to start with the two that are really close by each other, and that would be the Carousel of Progress and the People Mover, or the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, whatever you want to call it. I think those two are great attractions for adults. The People Mover I love because, I love it because I'm a Disney nerd. That's really why I love it.
Sure.
And
as a younger Disney nerd, so I haven't been a Disney nerd as long as you. I enjoy it just from the fact that I get to go sit down for a little bit. We get whisked around, and I love seeing the model of Epcot.
Oh yes.
The models don't like if that model were to ever leave, I'm done with it.
I hope it doesn't leave.
I don't think it would be silly.
Yes. I really do enjoy the People Mover. Every time I ride it, I think about the show when they first announced that they were going to have Progress Land in Florida along with the Magic Kingdom, and they had this. I get some of the videos confused, but they talked about how at Progress Land there would be a transportation system for the citizens, and it would be like the People Mover, and I just always think of that every time I ride it. And of course you get to go inside Space Mountain, and that's pretty awesome. A little trick, if Space Mountain's ever down, go hop on the People Mover and you might get to see it with the lights on.
Yes.
Which I've never done. Honestly, as many times as I've been, I've never done.
Yeah.
So that would be really cool. And then, of course, the Carousel of Progress. Anybody who loves a little history, whether it's Disney or not, would really enjoy the Carousel of Progress because you get to see the progress and innovations through time going through several different decades. And then it jumps to the 90s. It
80s.
goes, well, no, it's the 90s.
We moved up to the 90s. That's correct.
It's the 90s. The beginning of the 90s, because it still feels a little bit like the 80s. But definitely looks like the home of Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes, it is. Yes.
But anyway, a great show. And, of course, it's the only attraction at Walt Disney World that Walt Disney actually had his hands on.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome.
That is.
Pretty nice.
So, and again, it's air conditioned. It's 21 minutes long, so you get to sit down for a little bit. Kids are 99% of the time are not running around screaming. You can just kind of relax. I don't know if you can take food with you there or not.
Who knows?
But
Sorry,
you might be able to, sit down and enjoy a beverage and go from there.
All right, so the Rivers of America, the big, huge paddle boat over there, the Mark Twain, I think that's at Disneyland. I get the names of the boats confused, but that's a great attraction to ride also at the Magic Kingdom.
Correct.
I highly recommend it.
Now, just to go back and, so for those of you who have been listening to us a few minutes ago, man, that doesn't sound like an exciting ride. We were talking about attractions that our kids are not excited about. So,
at Magic Kingdom, adults can hit up the mountain range, and quickly too. Can you
elaborate, please, Sarah?
Yeah, because maybe my brain's going somewhere else because I'm not sure what you mean.
But so we're working on things that our kids aren't excited about. It doesn't necessarily mean that you as adults will be excited always about it either. As Disney nerds, we're always excited about it.
Yes.
So
we love it. It's a great view of Tom Sawyer's Island also.
Yeah.
So that really kind of does it over at the Magic Kingdom concerning attractions that we thought that that might be more adult friendly. We all know that adults love thrill rides too, because of course you want to hit up Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, and Splash Mountain.
Yes.
Yeah. So, that just what I said. That's what I thought you meant, Sarah. Yeah, absolutely. The trifecta.
Yes.
And of course, now you can ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train too.
Yeah. There's a ton of things out there. Just realize the fact that if you're needing a few minutes away from kids at Disney,
right,
those are some of those things you go do.
And I will say this. When we go without our kids, we move at a much slower pace, and honestly, we don't get really preoccupied with fast passes and things like that. Now, we go all the time, so that's really not important to us. So we often will skip those higher in popularity rides like Space
Correct.
Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, and Splash Mountain because we don't have fast passes for them. So
if we didn't get a fast pass for it, we don't worry about it at that point.
Yeah.
Because we know we're going to go back. And that's one thing you should know about all your vacations is that you will go back.
That's true.
And most chances are whatever you wanted to go see will still be there.
Yep, hope so.
Unless it's the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah, sorry. That's true. Which was a great ride.
It was a great ride. And our trip before it was closed down, we decided to skip it.
Oh, did we really?
We did.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yes, we did.
Okay. All right, so moving on to Hollywood Studios. We've already talked about the Frozen sing-along.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I greatly enjoyed those. One thing that was back over being Disney Nerds is Walt Disney Presents, which we were talking about earlier. They're going to change up the show at the end, but it's the history. There's a lot of it's a walking museum is probably the best way to say it, and just a lot of really cool history. And even if you're not Disney Nerds, it's cool to get in there and be able to see the plane, the panel. Plane.
Oh, if you hadn't been talking about it, I could have told you the multi-plane camera, but that's not what it's called.
Yeah, I can think of all the words.
iWorks, I can tell you who invented it, but I can't tell you what it's called right now. Of iWorks invented it.
So, but that's one of those that...
called the multi-plane camera.
Yeah. Now, I tell you that I go into the million and just kind of let her go forth, child, and do not wreck anything, and I'll catch you in a minute.
They always have a lot of cool models in that attraction, and then they also have how they first started programming the animatronics. And do you know who the model was for programming the animatronics? Like
No.
the actual human being?
No.
It's Buddy Ebsen,
Oh, okay.
who was Pa on Beverly Hillbillies.
Billy Hillbillies. Oh, that's cool.
Anyway,
Huh.
random knowledge.
I won't ask you that trivia question then.
You never asked me that trivia
I
question.
know, but I won't now. I know that. I'll just do that.
I love Walt Disney Presents, and I also love the way it used to be. And honestly, I really wish it was the way it was before. I really hate that they took out some things. They took out the portion where they kind of had the studio set up of when Walt gave his last actual TV show where he talked about Progress Land. They took that away. And it also had a little... I'm reminiscing right now, but it also had a little throw to Horizons, which was a great, wonderful attraction of my childhood and teenage years too. It was the computer system for Horizons that had a little tag on it that's
Correct.
Horizons. Anyway, lots of stuff. It had the original animatronic.
Hey, don't tell me every single thing that's inside there.
No, it's not there anymore.
Oh, it's not there anymore. Okay.
I want to say they had one of the animatronic birds from the Tiki Room too.
Mm.
Okay, I'll stop.
Stop reminiscing now.
Okay,
because we're running long already as it is.
I know.
So, all right. And of course, every kid's different. You got kids that are going to be excited. Most kids are not probably going to be super excited to sit down for 10 minutes at least for the movie at Star Wars Launch Bay. Because it's talking about Meet the Makers. It's people making the new movies and talking about how they're making the old ones. And it is super cool for the Star Wars fan in me. But Amelia, about halfway through, she was ready to be done.
Yeah, and it's a really great movie though, because it hits on being raised with Star Wars basically. And I don't want to make it sound like it's some kind of like religion or anything, but
wait, it's not?
Well, I guess the Force. But, our parents raised us on Star Wars. At least mine did.
Mine mostly did.
Yeah. And now it's just because it was just so much fun and we just really loved it. Now we've kind of done the same. I did it with Minnie, and Amelia is following in those footsteps.
She's already watching it. I want to watch it again.
Yep. So it's this movie about passing on the love of Star Wars. And it's really kind of cool. It does sort of reach out and kind of tug up your heartstrings a little bit.
It is a really good one that you should turn around and sit down and watch. A lot of people don't take the time to watch it. Because most of the time you've got kids with you and you have to go. So
that's true.
One of those things.
And then of course there's Star Tours. The only reason why I put Star Tours down is because some kids don't like Star Wars. I'm a teacher and I hear it all the time. I've got kids who are like, I've never seen that movie before. I don't care anything about that. So it is an attraction where you're going to get on it and there's going to be fans on there. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about the last one?
I almost fired someone from my store because they hadn't seen Star Wars.
Wait, Star Trek or
Star Wars?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it happens.
I was like, you haven't seen? You've worked with me for 6 months and you've never seen?
They worked for you?
Yeah.
Oh, you said fired.
Fired, yeah.
I was just thinking.
One of my former employees.
Wow.
Had never seen it.
Wow.
And now he makes it a point not to go see it just because everyone makes fun of him because he hadn't seen it. So.
Well, all right. So why don't you talk about the last one from Hollywood Studios that we have listed?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
I think it's a great one, and kids kids enjoy it because there's fire. Kids do not enjoy it because they sit there a long time.
It is a long show, but it's really cool because you get to see how all of the stunts and things are done for Indiana Jones. And it is a real set. It's pretty darn nifty.
Yes, it is.
And it hasn't changed much since I was a kid.
No, it hasn't.
And it's still really cool every time. I love how they get audience members to come out and be a part of everything. It's a really great time. I highly recommend it. This past trip was the first time I had gone on that attraction in years, and I loved every minute of it.
I love it. Every time I go over there to it, I really enjoy it. So I wouldn't. I won't go see it every single time, but if you're doing an adults trip, it's worth it to
Yeah.
Sit down and go for it.
Yeah. Sarah commented that if you ride Star Tours multiple times, you'll get a different experience almost every time. And that's true. So they have, is it 3 or 4 different scenes?
So you have your opening scene, you have 3 world or space scenes, and then you have your one scene of who
is going to speak to you.
Correct.
So, and those are random.
Yeah. So you have basically 5 different scenes that you can see. So you take those 5, and I think there's we'll say there's 4 for every slot. So whatever the math says of 4 potential answers to 5 across the board,
Yeah.
And there's a formula to do that. I know
there
that.
Is.
Yes. Yeah, we'll tell you how many times you'd have to ride it to have the possibility to see everyone.
There's plenty of possibilities.
Yes.
Now, I will say I've noticed from time to time that they may kind of be heavy on certain scenes because I'll get the same scene. I have been in, forgive me if I get this wrong, is it Naboo?
Yes.
The water?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been underwater a lot with Star Tours, a whole lot.
Oh, recently, yes.
Oh, I mean, like all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they want someone to like it.
I guess so. I don't know.
Just please, someone from like Jar Jar.
And I haven't seen Poe Dameron. Is that his name? Did I say his name right? I haven't seen him in a while. But
I think sometimes they also do it. They kind of go in spurts. So whenever a new movie comes out, they push towards that movie for a little bit, and then they go away. I really enjoy the salt flats. They do that with all the red. Red's really cool. So
for the new movie, for the last movie. I'll tell you what I liked the best is the scene where we ended up at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yes.
And
I bet that's going to become a norm.
Well, I thought I was down here at the end of July, and it was not.
Was it not?
And I was like, "Come on, I want to see Galaxy's Edge," but it did not. It did not end in Galaxy's Edge, so I was kind of disappointed. Okay,
let's bounce over to Animal Kingdom.
Well, let's do Epcot first because Epcot's pretty simple.
Yeah.
All World Showcase.
Oh, you made a showcase.
No, there's stuff in there. I definitely think there's things in the Future World side that is for kids.
Okay, that's true.
Soarin' Test Track, the Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah, okay.
Please do not go as adults and sit down with all the kids and Turtle Talk with Crush. They might ask you to leave. Might be a little weird.
That might be true.
But yeah, I mean, I think that the World Showcase.
The World Showcase is designed and driven straight for us adults.
I firmly believe that all of Epcot is for the entire family. I grew up going to Epcot. Epcot was always my favorite park, but for whatever reason, a lot of people feel like their children will not enjoy it. So there's a lot of adults going around. Plus, it's a lot about culinary experience there.
It's about culture.
And so, definitely the older kids if they're there. Okay, so Animal Kingdom.
Sure.
All right.
Movie, shows, and some more shows.
Yeah, shows, and more shows. So there's a lot of shows at Animal Kingdom that I think is worth seeing. The Festival of the Lion King is Broadway quality.
Probably one of the best shows
I've ever seen at a park.
On property right now.
Yeah. I really like the Nemo show too. Now I know it's not your favorite, but it uses puppetry like the Lion King show that is or was on Broadway.
Sure.
I like the story of the Lion King show, the Nemo show. I think it's very touching. I think the music is great. I think the performers are amazing. I think you should go see that one too. I think it's just as good as the Lion King, just not as maybe immersive and
it's not as much
pretty.
And again, you're gonna have you'll have kids that will go watch it because kids will go, I want to go see Nemo, and parents will go in there. But it's more for the adults.
Yeah, great show.
Great show.
And then we haven't seen this one yet. We intended on seeing it the last time we were down at the parks, but we never got around to it. But definitely want to go see the Up show, which used to be called Flights of Wonder, which was the bird show.
Yep.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom, I think, is a great park just to walk around and kind of enjoy the company of the person that you're with or the people you're with. Beautiful park. Divine is there if you really can appreciate the fine arts or the performing arts. I mean, she is fantastic to watch. Pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty cool. So that really kind of does it as far as our attraction list. Again, we left off thrill rides, not because we don't think adults love them, but we definitely felt like that those were things that we wanted to hit on. All right, so lastly, we wanted to just list out some special ticketed events that are great for adults. The Disney's After Hour parties. They don't have any in October, but they start back up, I think, in November. I would totally do an after hours party with my adult friends or my spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Party for the Senses during Food and Wine Festival is a great event to go to. Kind of pricey, but well worth it. I did mention VIP tours before. Dessert parties. What a great way to feel special at Disney.
Yes.
You get preferred seating for the fireworks, whichever they may be, and of course, yummy, yummy desserts. They have them at the Magic Kingdom. I was just reading, this is something that came out this past summer, and I'm not sure how I missed it, but they have an after the fireworks dessert party at the Magic Kingdom, and you get a viewing. You go down into in front of the plaza to get the viewing.
You're one of the greenway
standing,
areas.
Standing room only over there to view the fireworks, and then you go have dessert after the fireworks.
Interesting.
I think that, honestly, other than the fact that it's standing room,
correct,
I think I would prefer to see it from that viewpoint instead of where we had it when we were with your parents.
All right, so pros and cons. The pro is you have a better view from it. Con is you don't get to sit.
Right, and there's like hardly anybody around. I mean, it's like being in a restaurant. You're not like,
Yeah, whenever we went and sat, we actually watched the fireworks. You're sitting over, you're sitting where Tinkerbell flies to. And I can't think of the name of that area. What that's
Tomorrowland Terrace.
Thank you, Tomorrowland Terrace. So it's great to be able to sit there. We got fortunate. We got there early enough to be seated, and we had a front row seat and just sat there the whole time and watched it. And it was fantastic. My father on that trip was not walking as well as he had been. So he was like, it was really good for him to be able to go and sit, and the girls were able to bounce up and down and around and whatnot, so that was good. But as an adult, it was fun just to sit there and enjoy a lot of sweets that my doctor doesn't know I had.
It was really quite a lot of fun. They have them over in Hollywood Studios for Star Wars. They also have them over in Epcot for, it's called a Frozen Ever After dessert party. It used to include a ride on the attraction Frozen Ever After. I think it still does, but I didn't read the details.
Sure.
So
and Illuminations has one.
Well,
that may be the same. So there may not be there may not be a dessert party yet for Animal Kingdom.
I have not found one.
Yeah.
No, but you can do dining.
You can always do
Same
dining.
thing with Fantasmic.
Yes.
Yeah. With that said, that's really about all we have concerning about the adults trip. Of course, we would love to hear what you would do while you go without your kids. We know what we like to do when we go without our kids. So we'd like to just kind of chime in and let us know. We will be down there we're rounding off this group of shows by actually going without our children in October.
That's right. That's what we're leading all this up to. So.
Yep.
We thank y'all for watching and enjoy. Comment below. Let us know what all you're looking forward to doing on your next trip, whether it's with your kids or not with your kids.
Absolutely.
Let us know. Reach out. Make sure to share out. Tell your friends about these two crazy Disney nerds that you've run across. And say, hey guys, we are here every single Sunday, most every single Sunday at
9 o'clock.
Walt Disney World time.
Join us next week because we're going to talk about Disney Cruise Line and why you should go there without your kids too.
Aha.
You guys have a magical evening and a fantastic week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.